worm in it. Yeah, mosquito. And when you shake that up, you can smell it.
A cute little
One
melon.
Here, one right here.
You can tell it's towards the end of melon vine. That one didn't make it.
Oh, look at this one. So fuzzy.
Strawberries. All of these are roots. Some spinach. Malabar. Goes all the way up. Oh, here's a cute little melon. Some smaller tomatoes. My sage over there growing pretty well. Had a windstorm come through a couple days ago. Green beans. Oh, there's a green bean.
Yeah, Mama, be careful because there's a really long-legged jumping cricket thing that lives here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here is my loofah.
Oh, and yesterday, me and my sister found a huge.
And there's another one over there. A couple more up here. Another one right up there.
This is our garden.
Some wind damage and some rogue melon vines.
Yeah. We also have some cucumbers. I'm gonna see if we can find any cucumbers.
It's just a mess out here today. It's a big old mess. You always tell it's end of season. Here's cute little tomato. Let's see how many more we get and wait till the frost comes and knocks them out.
Someone's chilling on your plant over here, Mom. Oh my gosh. Mama.
Everything's so messy. This one's not doing great. It's lima bean. I think we had one bean. Yeah, it's almost time to pull all these out. It's a Kajari melon vine.
Wait, where's the bean? Oh, I see it.
These pepper plants got huge. This one knocked down. It's got a massive pepper on it.
Oh, pick it.
No, not yet. These got big. I see a couple tomatoes, little bitty ones.
There's a flower.
Big tomato plant.
Look, there's an okra starting right here and a flower right there.
Yeah?
Okra's everywhere. There's like jumping beetle thingy.
Still not sure what that is. That's basil.
Or that thingy.
That's basil.
Some miracle basil.
Yeah, I need to get my tie tape out here. Ooh. They're
going everywhere.
Wild and free. Some Dragon tongue bush beans. There's a couple of them in there.
Mama, come show them over here. Who's watching this video?
Oh, there's one.
Put ink color in there.
There we go. Get it to focus. It's a cool looking bean.
Oh my God.
Green beans are coming. It's tomatoes. Oh Lord, I need to get out here and tie a bunch of these up. I've had a hard season. This one, the stem is practically dead until you get up to the top. And there's a tomato and a decent plant. Oh, there's a pretty tomato. Scarlet runner bean happened to stay alive. I don't know if I'll ever plant those again.
Why?
They don't do much. Purple
Mama,
basil.
look at all these flowers. They look like a sunset.
There's tomatoes growing on the bottom of that same plant. This is pretty. Some green beans. Ooh, here's a noodle bean.
Cat down here.
Here's another noodle bean.
Oh my gosh. Look how big this thing is.
Whoo! Paisley found a big old green bean. Pick it. Don't pull the whole plant up. Look, there's one over there too.
This one's right. Well,
That's all right. Pick them.
That one.
There's one over there. There's a couple right over there. Pick those.
Oh my God.
We found a few hornworms. You can see the damage they did
Oh, this one.
before.
Look at this one.
Green
That one got
beans.
chewed up.
Yeah, we can clip those parts off.
Mama.
I need to
Don't
deadhead these flowers. I still have blossoms and stuff on my tomatoes.
Here.
And the pepper bed.
Here.
Let's see. I might have to come out here and pick some peppers because I've got quite a few that are starting to
Oh my gosh.
cork.
Mama, there's 3 over here. One here. Mama, there's. Oh my gosh.
I have to get a basket and come out here and pick some of these.
Yeah.
Those are super hots over there. These have a ton of flowers. You can see all the flowers. You gotta watch out for hornworms in here because they like peppers too. Oh, ooh, there's a couple of big ones right in there. Corking, extra hot. Jalapenos. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, Tabasco peppers. How cute. These tomatoes are doing good. They're second wave. You have to hold on to those, baby. Or go get me a bucket. Stay out of the mud. All these peppers. There's a jalapeno. I could probably get a really decent harvest of peppers out of here. Over here we've got chard, carrots. Carrots, there's a row of them. Radishes and chard over here. I planted a spinach there and it hasn't grown yet. All kinds of lettuces this way.
There's a dog foot right there.
This okra I'm letting go to seed.
Oh, Mama, look
This
at
is where that
flower.
hornworm ate my entire jalapeno plant
Yeah.
and left this part right there. Let me see if I can get it to focus. That's all he left me. needless to say, he did not live to see another day. That's fixing to open.
Oh my gosh.
My
Mama,
fig tree.
let it go to seed?
Yeah, we're letting that one go to seed.
Okay, what about this one?
Let me see. Yeah, some of these we're letting go to seed.
Can I pick this one?
Yeah, you can pick that one if you want. Just watch out for the pokey.
Whee!
Here's
Thanks,
some
Mama.
hill country okra.
Whee! Oh, look, I
And
found
these plants are
weed.
getting real tall. You found weeds?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll leave them there. Don't step. There's
I
a
don't
row
see it.
here and a row here, so walk around. That okra, we're not going to be able to eat that
Why?
because we left it on too long.
Okay, now you go over.
Go around.
Fig. Has it given us any fig yet?
Let's see. Oh, my carrots.
Checking up all the mosquitoes.
There's dinosaur kale planted here and lettuce planted here.
They're as big as a dinosaur?
No, they're not as big as a dinosaur. These are my watermelon radishes.
No! The corn got knocked over.
Oh, we'll look at it in just a second. My roses are coming back.
This is my
There's an okra right there you can pick, Paisley.
This tomato hasn't gave me any tomatoes.
Well, be nice to it. We'll have to plant another one next year, but you got
Basil and these
some
really
basil.
pretty.
grass is
The Queen Sophia marigolds
Oh, Mama.
are gorgeous.
Show them the book.
We have to pick off all of these branches. I don't know what the heck is going on with this. Oh, look, here's some.
Mama, look.
Here's yellow pear. I've eaten so many of these this year. I'll probably only plant 1 or 2 tomatoes of this variety, like 2 of these tomato plants next year. Big old forest, and all of these are yellow pear. I've got 1 peach tomato plant over here somewhere. Somewhere.
So, oh my gosh, Mama, come show this. Show
This
It's my time to pick these because the
broccoli is coming back from last year. It got eaten. Some more basil. Zinnias are a little wild. The garden is a mess. Tabasco plants.
I think it's probably time to pick.
All of these. All of this is yellow pear.
Mama, I think
It's not time to pick those.
like the
I know.
stem is dead.
Pretty little candy cane zinnias.
Oh, cute.
There's a yellow tomato right there, Paisley. Will you pick that?
Mm-hmm. It's
Hold on
so
to
tiny
it.
and fat.
Boy, these zinnias are a mess.
I know. I gotta walk back and forth and back and forth and not hit 'em.
These are pretty.
We need to get rid of these vines.
No, we're gonna leave those.
Why?
I'm so sad. This was my pink banana squash. And I'm sure it's either squirrels or squash vine borers or something completely destroyed the entire vine.
Killed it, and now we can't.
Amaranth.
That's dead.
Sure. Look at a bug.
What?
I'll hold this up right here.
Okay.
Just right there.
What
And
bug?
he is right there.
Where?
I don't know what kind it is. At this point, I don't care too much about good bugs versus bad bugs. But
Oh, I see him.
amaranth.
Yeah, right there.
Ah, dropped a tomato.
Can I have that? I'm gonna let him lean down.
I mean, they are really pretty
no,
plants.
Haley.
Paisley.
Oh, found one.
These are real pretty. There's an okra. Paisley, here's an okra. Here's a weird one growing all like a caterpillar.
Cool. What if?
All kinds.
Where is it? There's a bug.
Let's see. roses, corn. I tell you, that windstorm came in and did some damage. It got real big. I think this is chard I've got planted right here. And there's 3 tomatoes. The plants look nice and healthy, but they're definitely not the tomatoes from earlier this year. Get down.
Okay.
I don't know if let's see, is it gonna make it? Nope. Had a squash over here and it brought.
Oh, the beanstalk.
Dang it. I was looking forward to that.
Because I got the giant beanstalk.
I haven't been able to grow one squash that survived.
I have a...
The black pearl pepper plants are gorgeous. That dang windstorm came through and split my black cream tomato, and it might just be done.
Mama, did we plant any grapes?
No, baby, those are not grapes. Those are
Blackberries.
blackberries, and I'm gonna have to move them.
It's a snake bean.
Just snapping all my stuff, man. And this, we've got carrots, and we've got chard, and we've got lettuces. And once the okra gets pulled out, I'm going to redo that pepper bed, plant right back here. All of this garden, we're going to move on this side of the yard. We're going to finish clearing out that section right here, restack the firewood in the back, probably solarize it, put a big old tarp and stuff on top of it, and clear out that whole section. And put a fence all the way this way, all the way that way. I have to move my basil bed. I'll need to move my pepper bed, just flip it over on this side. I'm going to have to find a way. I think this will probably be the entrance right here. And use buckets, use containers. I'm going to take these beds and we're going to double stack them. Like these 2 will make one bed. We'll double stack that and move it over here. It'll make it easier for weeding and weed eating and not stepping on plants. And I'll have all of these cattle panel archways to move back that way. The only thing right now that seems to be doing fairly well is my strawberries in a bucket and my luffah plants. Luffas have not been attacked by squash vine borers. You can see there's a bunch of flowers right up top. There's a luffah there. There's a big luffah hanging down right there. And it seems to be doing fairly well, even in a mostly shaded garden. And we're just going to redo this whole thing. I mean, I've got bucket. I've got buckets everywhere that I can completely replant, redo. Those 2 beds will make a double stacked. Those 2 beds will make a double stacked. These 2 beds will make a double stacked. That one's going to be a pepper bed again next year. I'm just going to amend the soil. We're going to go get some alpaca and horse manure. I've got this bucket that I can use. I've got this bed that I can use, probably just going to be for zinnias, and that fence is all going to come down this way. So I'll have to move my basil bed, probably just scrap that and plant basil randomly all throughout the place so it's got like a bottom layer in the whole ecosystem thing. And maybe top dress this after everything is done. Pull it out, lay it down, top dress it with some animal manure, completely put raised beds back here in the back. Next year I'm going to grow loofah all along the fence because it's the sunniest spot. I mean, right now it's not even noon and that's the sunniest spot, so I'll plant loofah all along the vine, all along the fence. I've even got the chicken wire up on the fence, and it'll come all the way. I'll be able to plant on this entire, see it stops right there. I'm going to plant all down the fence. It's all going to be loofah. It'll be great for my soaps. It'll be great just because the pollinators love the bees. This tree, we're going to seriously cut back, if not cut down, This massive tree just causes so much shade everywhere. But we're going to turn all of this into a garden. All of that part is going to be an extension of the garden. Talking about moving the greenhouse and moving all of these beds and cattle panel trellises that way so that the kids and dogs can have the yard and I can still have my garden and just not be spread out all over the place. This is a crepe myrtle. I've cut it down once and it's coming back already. These things are fierce and they're gorgeous. So I don't know if I'm going to cut it down again. Probably. I'll probably cut it down a little closer to the ground. Maybe drill some holes in it to keep it from growing back. I don't know if that'll work. That tree too, that's got to go. That one's got to go. The one in the back's got to go. And it's just going to have this whole space right here. It'll be bright and sunny, and it's even got a built-in sprinkler system that will help tremendously. And if I can, this vine right here growing up is all over the place in the yard. It's morning glory, and they're gorgeous and they're beautiful, but I call it the kill-it-all vine because it goes everywhere. My blackberry bush has survived over a year. It hasn't put out a whole lot, but I'm probably going to stick that one back in one of the corners or in a very specific spot just for it, directly in the ground instead of right here in the bed. Of course, we'll clean all of that up. We have plenty of cinder blocks so I can make another raised bed back in the back. It just makes it easier when it comes to weeding and knowing where things are planted, general stuff like that. We had a big old brush pile back there in the back. We cleared that out this past weekend. I tilled here and I didn't flatten it out apparently enough, so when it rained there were puddles and we had to dig a little trench and a hole down in the back so that the water would drain off, which of course that will be fixed. I may have to tear up the whole thing and do it all over again, but don't ask me about that squash plant. I don't know what he's doing. He's been there all year. He'll grow and then he'll die, and then he'll grow and then he'll die. But right now, peppers and loofahs are doing the best. I'm very, very tempted to pull out all of these tomatoes and just leave the loofah and start taking down cattle panel trellises and moving them and see how that goes. We'll have to update you and see what we come up with. But if you have any suggestions, we have a lot of white flies going on right now. You might have been able to see them on camera. I've sprayed them with water. I even used 7 to try and kill them. And it seems like every year, about this year, I mean, this is my second fall garden, but the white flies are horrible, and a bunch of local gardeners said they're having the same issue. I will be excited to have my yard back. I'm probably going to miss this tunnel though. Let me just look at how pretty it is. Ignore the plastic. But just all the mini melons is definitely going to be growing more of those next year. Kajari and Tigger and any other small melon I can get my hands on. Lots of loofah vines. That's one plant in the shade. So I'm hoping that if I plant 5 or 6 of those, it's just going to completely overtake that entire fence over there and further that way. Make my yard a little bit less of a maze. We will have at least 1, if not 2 beds directly dedicated to peppers. These pepper plants have shot up at least 5 or 6 inches in the past week or so. Big difference. If you go back and look at the video from about 3 weeks ago, you'll see how much of a difference there is. Canna lilies are doing great. Apparently they do well no matter where they're at. I've found only 1 of those caterpillars that will roll themselves up in the leaves, but these are gorgeous and I will keep them as long as my dogs don't destroy them. I would plant more. of different colors if I had them. So that's that worm messing with that stuff. This is a new leaf, so it's not rolled up, but if I run across another worm that has rolled itself up in one of the leaves, then I can show you, but I don't see any right now. These and elephant ears are probably my favorite tropical type plants. I mean, look at them. They're just gorgeous. Also, do not put Kentucky Wonder pole beans on a chicken wire fence. They are heavy. They will weigh it down. They get crowded. And that's maybe 3 plants. So my spacing sucks. This tomato got completely overtaken. I'm not even sure what type of tomato it is. And these get all twisty and turny, and they need more space. So I'll probably use one of the cattle panels to dedicate just to green beans. They don't like the heat. They are spring and fall plants. These did manage to survive the Texas heat, but they didn't put out any. And now I've got a bean there, bean there, bean there. Oh, there's a good green bean. Look at there. Through the chicken wire. I don't recommend chicken wire. These are better than even the fresh green beans I like the supermarket. Oh, there's another one. See, they really start putting out in the fall. So if you want to plant them and have the plants grow, you can plant those pretty much in the spring. Keep them alive during the summer. And in the fall, you'll get more. There's a couple right there. They do pretty good. But now I'm having to fight everybody for a green bean. They're amazing. And flowers. Ooh, there's a big one. And they're fun to hunt for. This next year I'll be better prepared and have a better trellis for them. This is going to be amazing. But if you have any suggestions on a redo, on a moving things over, any suggestions on white flies or designing how we're going to put the garden over there on that side by the shed. There's less trees. You got this massive pecan tree and crepe myrtle that are not helping the situation. But we're going to trim this tree, a big one right there. It's like lop this whole side off further this way. The neighbor is talking about cutting the whole thing down because it's destroying his fence over here. Just cut that down, and all of that will be nice and bright and sunshiny. Nice and bright and shiny. Plenty of sunshine. Way more shade, or way more sunshine than we're getting now. I got some nightshade. I had this pop up everywhere. I think it's those dang birds. So I got it all up in the front of my yard too. But hopefully next year's garden will be much, much better. Sorry, much on green bean. Especially after we amend the soil. We know what we like, what we don't like. There's quite a few that we haven't tried yet. I've got over 400 packets of seeds, and I'm saving seeds from some of my favorites. I forget where to put my strawberries because there's runners everywhere. I don't want to put them in the back because the dogs will dig them up. Maybe if I put them in a raised bed or something, because this one bucket, I think it was $6 for 2 of the All-Star Bonnie Plants All-Star strawberries. These things are hardy. They're delicious when they do put them out, but I think, yeah, see, there's some roots. This needs a bigger bucket. Lots of work to do. Any suggestions are welcome.